It was complicated by the fact that he's my first child, and so I didn't really have any comparison. He met all his physical milestones and was learning to talk. However, we got to about 12 months of age and he suddenly stopped speaking. He kind of became catatonic almost. It was really difficult to connect with him from just one day to the next. He stopped looking at things, he stopped responding to his name. Socially, he wasn't then meeting the milestones that other children do. So just before he turned 3, we got the formal diagnosis, but we kind of knew that was coming. You don't get a parenting manual with any of your children, but certainly with a child who has differences or challenges, there's no support out there really. And when you are an autism family, the isolation is, it's not great. It's, the composure will go now, but life stops really in that you don't, you get invitations at least initially to birthday parties and to social gatherings, and you will try and attend them, but it can be difficult for you and the siblings and the child. So those invitations will kind of start to peter out. The autism causes him to have high anxiety. He doesn't really understand social rules or how he should behave or access things. You can feel quite judged as well, because a lot of Alexander's difficulties will be seen to be bad behaviour. And the problem with autism is, it is undeniably difficult. It really is. If I'm genuinely honest, I'd probably say I don't feel I do cope particularly well. Although we try not to treat the children differently, you're always going to have a juggling act with 3 children anyway, but certainly when one of those children has additional needs, they are always going to take more of the attention. Particularly my middle one, he's only 9, but he is starting to suffer from a lot of anxiety. He takes on very much a carer's role. It's stressful raising a child with autism, and you need someone in your corner really, and that's what we found here.
Generally when people come, the parents are on their knees. They're exhausted, they're at their wits' end, the schools can't help, the system's failing them. Their lives are getting smaller and smaller and smaller because taking children out into public places is becoming more and more difficult. We've had children that don't speak, that won't look at you, that won't engage with, won't want you to touch them, won't talk to you, that kind of stuff. So when they come here, we will get them involved as fast as we can in whether it's the dogs that they've taken to, whether it's walking, whether it's with the horses, whatever it is that gets us to connect and engage with them. And then what we can do is help the parents learn new techniques and ways of doing things that they can then take back into society.
Sam and Bella are both diagnosed with autism, and we were just at our wits' end. We were struggling with everything, and we didn't know which way to turn. With Sam in particular, he was having severe meltdowns, violent, aggressive, verbally abusive. His anxiety was off the charts.
He's 13, an absolute bundle of energy. He never, ever, ever stops. He doesn't sleep, he never sits still. We have lots of steps, so with a step would be for a taster, which is about an hour and a half long, to see if you like the way we work and see what it's really about. If you like that, you can then come on fun family days or summer camps and build it up, or you can join programs that are 6 weeks, 12 weeks, a whole year-long program. Then, to be honest, the world's your oyster. You know, if they love it and they want to join in, they can become volunteers, they can come back and help and get more and more training, and that's the children as well as the parents. You know, it's so great because they come together as a family and help other families.
And I think one of the biggest breakthroughs for us, he was adamant he would never ride a horse. And then after a few months of being here, he got on Riley and rode him, and it was amazing. And for Sam, that was enough for him to think, I can do things, I can beat this.
They have some of their biggest meltdowns here, and then they go, when they realise that it's a safe place to be and that's okay, and we're okay with that and we still love them no matter what, they then want to be here, and then they want to help other children.
Families go from isolation and despair and desperation through to feeling their children have got an opportunity now and that they can contribute and they are being recognised and helped to fulfil their potential.
This place has enabled us to take Callum off his medication. It's opened a door and that door's stayed open for us.
And that's something that's priceless with this, is that you can speak to other parents who have gone through exactly the same thing and not feel alone in it. And you never feel alone with Autism Angels.
He didn't used to have confidence, and then when he came here he got very confident. The things that he's not very good at, when he comes here, he improves on it. Some people say that people with disabilities are different, which I agree with, but some people think that people with disabilities are something less. But I think people with disabilities are something more.